What's up, YouTube? I'm giving y'all a more intimate side of my brand, and I'm going to tell y'all about the process of manufacturing, of going from graphic design to proof of concept to just a lot of things is just samples. Like, for example, this particular garment right here, I was trying out a new manufacturer. He thought he was better than the manufacturer that I had. The same manufacturer I have, Hollywood Shack had at some point. And you'd be surprised how I meet these manufacturers. They from Silkha, Pakistan. They be begging for an opportunity. This manufacturer that I have, which is my current manufacturer, he begged me for months. I got a dude before him that made a terrible sample. I do not have it in a video, but this manufacturer right here has made many samples for me and a couple bulks. So it takes time to build a relationship with the supplier. Like I said, this item never made it. This item right here is actually the fabric of a jacket, and if you see, the jacket was made in this concept as a mock-up. Also, in this concept is a mock-up. Now here goes, I believe, the first sample, the second beginning of the next group of samples, but that's from the other manufacturer that was trying to get my attention, saying that he was better than the first manufacturer. So you can look at the details in the different samples, and eventually we did a bulk on both colors, and it sold out immediately. It was like nothing to even talk about. It sold out. You damn this for me. Alright, so here goes the sample. But see, the letters was too small on the sample. That's why you gotta make samples before you do a bulk. People just think that you just do bulk from rip. My nigga, you gotta take your time with your brand and put some money into it. And if you think that this success is gonna happen overnight, it's not. It's hard work. And honestly, if you just sold out, who really would mess with you? You really gotta put some proof into concept, and you gotta show it to other people. You gotta wear it, and then that's how things become life or whatever. You know, you get inspired by things in the culture, and that's how these products come to life. Because you see things, but I never seen nobody do nothing like this. And this is my particular, I mean, obviously everybody, this is the flaming words and all that, that's inspired by rock and roll. But what I'm saying is I took this stuff from samples to proof of culture to doing bulks. So for me, I feel like you're going to get inspired by other people's shit, and you're going to take a chance with doing it. Sometimes stuff is copywritten and all that shit, but when you're doing a small brand, it's kind of like, bro, you sell it how you sell it, and you deal with the consequences later, because they obviously gotta send a cease and desist and all that. But for me, I just do what comes from the heart. But I'm telling y'all think that this is easy. I'm a one-man team. I print a lot of my own shit. I get frustrated at times. It's highs and lows in this. A lot of times you order bulks and you be like, oh, you be seeing other people's success, and you be thinking that, well, damn, why people not fucking with my brand in this way? And a lot of times God be having your back, and he be knowing, like, when it's all about time and you produce stuff, sometimes you produce big bulks and you might sit on them for half a year, but to the customer perspective, you gotta look like you sold it all, where you know you ain't sold all that shit. And then you just come up with some shit like, oh, I found a couple of these, whatever, knowing the whole time you had these in your inventory. But this is just the way you run a brand. The brand is about perception. It's about what people perceive to believe about your brand. Whether you know you got 10 shirts in your situation, you got to take pictures of 10 people, and sometimes you reproducing the same pictures. Alright, so here go custom bags or whatever. Like a brand, you really gotta put a lot of effort into it, and your partner, the supplier, the manufacturer that you use. This was the first sample. See, it's not as good in the embroidery part. So I made a couple samples in the black, I think 3, you feel me? Like, you really go through a lot running a brand. So I did this video just to give y'all some perspective on what I did this year. This is from January till current. So I still have more things to do for my winter bulk, but I use Pakistani manufacturers and Chinese manufacturers and manufacturers from Peru. Whoever got the best price, whoever got the most time, whoever is willing to give me the turnaround time that I need and the payments that I can choose to do. You could produce so many things. Like, this is something that people wanted. I just never dropped it. Maybe I'll do it this year. This was inspired by Hellstar. This shit went crazy. I dropped it. Right here, a sample. Sometimes you make samples and people was like, well, why you ain't never dropped a book or whatever. It's really about how people buy your stuff. But honestly, I learned a lot from doing events because I make most of my money doing events. I do sell online and get spontaneous orders and DMs and all that, but my money comes from pop-up events. So what I know about what I did in my 23, my city is cool, but it's time to venture out of my city and do bigger events where it's more people willing to spend on my type of concept. My brand is based on rock and roll culture, good and evil. So a lot of skulls, demons, angels, devils, all that type of shit. And the brand don't have nothing to do with nothing satanic or nothing crazy. It's just the fact that that's just my current way that I express myself. As a brand, you're going to grow and make changes. Another fire-ass sample that I never produced. And people was like, damn, that shit is hard. But that's the whole point. Sometimes you got to wear things. And then sometimes things culture out. It's out of the culture, meaning like the culture is not doing that no more. So if you do it, you have to make it make sense for your brand and do it your way. Just like this is a sample that was produced that was the wrong size. It was produced, oh my god, my manufacturer fucked up a couple times, and I was not penalizing him for the things that he did not do, because what you gotta understand is he needs you just like you need him. So the sample is fire though, but I could do a small run like that for females this year and they would sell most definitely. So I'm thinking about that for the coming months. Winter, I could probably do it. And I don't, thank God my current manufacturer lets me produce a small quantity of things. I'm never going to tell y'all exactly how much, but sometimes I do small loads, sometimes I do big bulks. It really depends on what I have. I'm sitting on a lot of inventory right now, and that's just how it is to have a brand. You're going to have ups and downs. So if you thinking that this is just something that these shitty ass TikTok brands that just sell out, alright, first of all, a lot of these dudes be young kids, whatever. Me, myself, personally, I am much older than all of these people in the game, and I got in this game by accident. I started printing stuff, helping somebody that was close to me, and I thought I was gonna be a part of their brand, and it didn't work out that way. And I ended up starting my own brand, and then I ended up having a rebrand. And this is the process of the rebrand now. So you go through highs and lows. So I've been rebranded since 2021. Around 21, around the time of the pandemic, that's when I started doing new proof of concept, doing new merchandise towards this new concept of what I was doing. I made some bread, much more bread than the other brand concept because it was more positive, more righteous, whatever. But my depression and my feelings of gloominess returned. Depression into art, and see, that was just proof of concept, just to show y'all that this stuff is actually in my studio, my house, whatever you want to call it. So you can see I made these items, they were shipped, they was bulks, they was created. I have them, where sometimes you see stuff and you be like, well, did they make it? Did you get it? I've never really seen it, and people need to see proof. We're in a time where we got camera phones and iPhones and tablets and things like that, you feel me, where we have and we're able to prove socially that we have done these achievements. Sometimes you could cheat the game, but I don't do that. My bulks are my bulks. The items and samples that I made this as a sample. It's fire, but the culture is probably a little bit past this. See, my brand does not sell the way my idealism of making samples and putting things in the air. And it's different when you're a one-man team, but this is what I did learn. At the events, I need to have better displays, stuff with my bags on it. A lot of times, my displays be raggedy as shit, and I still be selling like $400 worth of merch and don't even understand how I did it. But for real, you gotta mind fuck people and you tease people with the eyes. So eye appeal is something that I learned way back in the day in culinary school. You eat with your eyes. So all the events that I have been to in the past 2 years, 3 years, has gave me perspective of how my 24, 25 as a brand owner will be. And I never trademarked my brand. I got problems with running ads right now, so it's the stuff that I gotta do to rebrand but not change the brand name and the concept too much because people are used to that name. And it's other people, there's other pitch blacks, but shit, I saw them motherfucking shits. Them shits is complete trash compared to what I'm doing. Like, people just think that this is easy. I am the idea person, the designer. I work with graphic designers, scribble, bring things to vision. Sometimes I bought pre-made shit. Like, this was some shit that was pre-made, and to be honest, this shit was sold to another person, but this motherfucker ain't never put it out. So you know what I did? I just redrew it, sent it to my graphic designer, and we brought it to proof of concept, and it's currently selling. But yeah, like you see, it takes time to make this stuff, to make bulks, to deal with the manufacturer. I'm at the point now where I can trust my manufacturer most of the time on the sizing. This shit was inspired by the boy Dre, that dude, but I just wanted to do it my way, so I did it my way. I ain't never even put the shit out yet, but obviously I got proof of concept that I did it my way first. So if another motherfucker try to do it, it's like, nigga, I did that already. So basically what I'm saying in this thing is, like, this brand journey is ups and downs, highs and lows. Sometimes I done made $1,000 on an event, and then the next couple of months I'm making $150, $200. So you gotta be happy for the wins. I'm sitting on a lot of these shorts, a lot more of these shorts. But what you gotta understand, what I didn't understand, I wasn't in the best financial situation in summer to be at so many events where a lot of other people was outside, but it wasn't my time. So that's what you gotta learn. And you think I'm gonna not do another summer bulk for next year? Yeah, I'm just gonna do a small ass bulk. I already talked to my manufacturer about it, and I'm in talks with a new manufacturer just because you can have suppliers. I got like 4 or 5 trusted ones. I got the Chinese one for the hats and accessories that Pakistanians cannot make. People will be like, step your quality up and start using China. I could do that. I do got a Chinese manufacturer that's US based, but they manufacture out of China. And I did bulks with them before my rebrand. And this shit was fire. It was good. It was good quality. And I'm still in contact with them. Honestly, they sent me an email just checking in on me, which is fucking weird, but they did that. And I told them, I said, well, we definitely gonna work. What y'all don't know is that these bulks be costing thousands of dollars, man. Y'all be thinking that, oh yeah, you use Pakistan, it's cheap. No, it's just cheaper than China. But look at the quality of these pants. This is not no cheap ass shit. This is not no bullshit ass manufacturer. Like I told you, it's the same manufacturer that Hollywood Shaq used in the beginning of his brand. And this manufacturer don't even get a lot of credit. He do a lot of work. He's a really kind person, got a good heart. You have to have a good relationship with these manufacturers. And let me tell y'all something that y'all probably I've never, wallahi, and that means like I'm swearing to my God. You don't never want to swear to God, but right? I never did nothing but Western Union and MoneyGram and RIA and Remit you pay the manufacturers usually, you know, I know y'all heard Hollywood Shaq say, yeah, pay in 3 payments. Well, for me, it's based on how much money is the bulk going to cost. Like, for example, this bulk costed thousands. So since this bulk costed thousands, I did a big down payment.